Welcome to our Merry Christmas Tree Skirt tutorial. I'll guide you through creating the middle and top panels on your embroidery machine, plus assembling it with your sewing machine. Make sure to have your photograph written instructions handy as you watch along with this video tutorial. And don't miss out on our exclusive 30% discount code and monthly competition available only in the October Sew Along Facebook group. I'll leave a link for that group in the description of this video. Remember to like and subscribe for more crafting tutorials and offers. Let's start crafting your festive tree skirt. First, let's craft the top panel. Begin your artistic process by setting up your workspace with cutaway stabilizer securely hooped in your embroidery hoop. Then load your selected design onto your trusty embroidery machine and ensure your applique scissors are within reach. Commence by stitching the place line for the batting. Gently position batting 1 atop the hoop, allowing your machine to secure it. Afterward, carefully remove the hoop from your machine and trim the batting, leaving a slender 1.2mm gap from the stitching. Progress to the place and line for the top background. Lay down fabric A right side up, covering the place and line, and let your machine work its magic. Once done, remove the hoop and trim the fabric, ensuring a 1 to 2mm margin from the stitching while leaving the excess fabric within the seams. Infuse a touch of charm with embroidered stars on your top panel. Now, move to the place and line for the first side. Place fabric B on top of the hoop wrong side up with a 1/4 inch overlap over the diagonal line. Stitch it down securely. Fold it over, pull it taut and further secure it. Remove the hoop, trim the fabric, keeping it about 1 to 2mm from the stitching, and leave the excess fabric in the seam. Repeat the process for the opposite side. Continue by applying the applique process to the bottom background, this time using fabric C. Trim it neatly, leaving the excess fabric carefully within the seams. Elevate your top panel's aesthetics with intricate redwork embroidery. Finish it with a smooth satin stitch along the bottom background. Then carefully detach your work from the hoop and trim the seams to around 1/2 inch. Set these top panels aside for now. Now let's look at creating a middle panel. Start by preparing your hoop with cutaway stabilizer, then load your chosen design onto your embroidery machine. Commence by stitching the place and line for the batting. Place batting 2 on the hoop, allowing your machine to securely anchor it. Post-stitching, remove the hoop and trim the excess batting, leaving about 1 to 2mm from the stitching. Proceed to stitch the place line for the first fabric strip. Then lay fabric A right side up over the placement line and let the machine securely fasten it. Following completion, remove the hoop and trim the fabric, maintaining a 1 to 2 mm margin from the stitching. Remember to keep the excess fabric within the seams. Now, address the placement line for the second strip. Position fabric B on top of the hoop wrong side up, allowing about a 1/4 inch to overlap the bottom stitching line. Then secure it in place. Fold it over, pull it taut and stitch it down with added security. Remove the hoop from your machine, then trim the fabric, leaving 1 to 2 mm within the seam. With finesse, repeat the same process with the last strip. Let's elevate your middle panel by adding delightful ric-rac and swirl details through embroidery. Elevate your middle panel's charm further by adding intricate redwork embroidery. Connect the strips and the bottom background with a smooth satin stitch. Then conclude your middle panel's transformation by sprinkling in delightful stars using your embroidery machine. Once your middle panel stands as a testament to your creativity, it's time to bring all elements together. Begin by stitching the placement line for the top panel on your middle panel. Carefully position the bottom of the top panel along the placement line, ensuring the border stitching aligns as closely as possible. A touch of tape can assist in keeping it in place. Now stitch down the top panel. Once done, remove the hoop and trim the fabric, ensuring a 1 to 2 mm gap from the stitching. Enhance the connection between both panels with a charming zigzag and satin stitch. Upon completing this step, detach your work from the hoop and trim the seams to approximately 1/2 inch. Finally, trim the excess stabilizer and fabric from the block, leaving around a 1/4 inch from the satin stitch. Set this completed block aside and replicate the entire process to craft a total of 14 top and middle blocks. And there you have it. Creating your tree skirt with a regular sewing machine. Now, let's embark on joining all the blocks and create the beautiful tree skirt. Joining the blocks. Begin by arranging your blocks on a flat surface, carefully considering your preferred layout. To initiate the process, we'll unite the bottom panels with the already combined top and middle panels, forming a wedge. This approach simplifies the alignment of satin stitches. Take the first 2 blocks and then place them right sides together, and securely pin or clip them in place. Head to your sewing machine and stitch the side seam, ensuring your stitching remains just inside the border already stitched on the blocks. This ensures that the stitching won't be visible on the right side later. Press the seams open. Replicate this process for the remaining wedges, ensuring each section is joined before proceeding. Now we're going to join each wedge section. We will join the wedges until we have two halves of the tree skirt. Place the two wedge sections right sides together. Pin and stitch the side seam on your sewing machine. Stitch just inside the outer borderline that is already stitched on the blocks, so the stitching will not be seen on the right side later. Then open out the stitch seams and press flat. As you'll notice, we've left the end of the word Christmas and the beginning of Merry open. This strategic gap serves as the tree skirt's entry point around your Christmas tree. Trimming the backing. Begin by placing the piece of fabric E on your workspace, right side up. Then position one sewn half of the tree skirt on top of fabric E, securing them with light pins. Next, trim the backing fabric roughly to match the shape of the half section of the tree skirt. Then remove the pins. Repeat this trimming process for the other half section of the tree skirt. Finally, place the two pieces of fabric E right sides together on your workspace. Stitch one side of the two sections together with a 1/2 inch 1.25 cm seam. Then press the seam open, leaving one side open. Reduplicate this step for the tree skirt panels, ensuring to keep the side with the end of the word Christmas and the beginning of Merry open for the tree skirt's entry. Maintain your seam stitching just inside the outer borderline already stitched on the blocks, ensuring the stitching remains concealed on the right side. Subsequently, press the seams open. To secure the tree skirt around the base of your tree, we've added 2 sets of ribbon, 4 by 10 inch ribbons, to the skirt's opening. Measure the locations for your ribbons approximately 2 inches from the top border stitching and 10 inches from the top ribbon. Secure these ribbons in place with clips or pins and stay stitch them securely. With the backing fabric E right sides together with your tree skirt, lightly pin them together, leaving a 5.9 inch 13 to 23 centimeter opening along one side. Stitch just inside the outer borderline already stitched on the blocks, ensuring the stitching remains hidden on the right side. Final touches. To minimize bulk at the skirt center, it's time to remove the seams. Trim the top of the seam allowances, allowing the panels to lay flatter. Be cautious not to trim too close to the last stitch on the tip, ensuring it maintains at least half an inch, 2.3 millimeters of fabric to stay robust. Then trim the edges of your tree skirt to 1/4 inch and clip any curves and points. Now turn the skirt right side out through the opening in the backing seam. Utilize a chopstick or a tool like that pink thing along the seams on the inside to help the tree skirt lay flat. Now apply firm pressure with your iron, then hand stitch the back opening closed or use fabric glue. Then we will also stitch in the ditch along the seams. Finally, tie your ribbons and place your beautifully crafted tree skirt around your Christmas tree. And there you have it, your festive tree skirt is now complete, ready to enhance your holiday celebrations. We'd love to see your tree skirts in action under your Christmas trees. Join the Sweepy community on Facebook and share your photos with the community. And if you're looking for more festive Christmas designs, be sure to visit our website at sweepy.com. Until next time, happy crafting.